Hey guys, happy Saturday to you all. Happy day 22 of our 30-day journey. We are on day 22, and today is all about marriage is like a recipe, right? A really, really good recipe. I love all things marriage. I am Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, your victory coach, and the founder of Wise Build. And you are a part of the 30 for 30 journey. And so, as we were going into today, as marriage being the recipe, the quote that I'm going to read is: Marriage is a mosaic you build with your spouse. Millions of tiny moments that create your love story, right? And that is by Jennifer Smith. And so when I think about what goes into an amazing marriage, a happy, healthy, a whole marriage, it's like a recipe where you have all of these ingredients, right? And how you put the ingredients in and the quality of ingredients make a difference. Like if you leave something out, it can just throw the whole recipe off. If you add something else in that's not there, it can throw the whole, it gives you a whole different flair, right? And so marriage is very similar to that. I like to cook. I like to bake. I'm one of those weird people. I just like all things food. So I cook, I bake. I did a year of culinary school, all kinds of fun stuff, right? And so I have a base cake recipe, right? And it's called 1234 cake. And so, but that cake is an amazing base. Put almond flavor in it, top it with some chocolate icing. It's amazing, right? Want to do something different? Change out that change out the almond flavoring. Put in some vanilla. You just change the flavor of the cake, right? Add in some strawberries. Just use straight vanilla. Add in some strawberries and things like that. Now you have strawberry cake. So the recipe is the same, but I tweak it to what I need. Put some pineapples in the bottom with a little brown sugar and a little bit of butter. Heat that up in the oven, pour it over there. You have the best pineapple upside down cake, okay? It's really good, y'all. Anyway, focus, right? Focus. Okay, so how does that apply to your marriage? If you put in the time and the right ingredients, right? Because oftentimes what we do is I love to go to restaurants and I love to taste something, right? So I'm looking at something that's already been, and then I go home and I try to recreate it for my family. And so sometimes in marriage, that's what we're doing. We're looking at what somebody else has and we're trying to recreate it. But guess what? When I get home, I may not be able to find that quality of ingredient. I may not be able to find certain things. I have been looking for the last few weeks. I was looking for a specific type of mushroom, right? Because they're meatier, and it wasn't portobello's. It was something else, shiitake mushrooms, and I couldn't find them, so I had to go to a specialty store to find them, right? And then I just found out, but they're more expensive at my Publix. It's more expensive, but now I found out I can find them at my Publix, right? But to try them out and to really, and oyster mushrooms too. So I had to go to a Sprouts. I had to go somewhere that I normally didn't shop to find something that I had been looking for. What am I saying to you? Sometimes in your marriage, you've got to do things that you're not used to doing to get a different result. Okay? You got to try some things out. Sometimes, my husband, he likes a lot of spice, right? In our marriage as well as in recipes. So I can add a little heat to his stuff. Now for me, I'm a little milder all the way around. I'm a little on the milder side, so I'm not going to put as many peppers in my stuff as I would in his. But here's the thing, neither one of us is wrong. It's just our preference. So when you start to look at certain things, I don't want you to think there's something wrong with your marriage just because certain things are not the way that they are for everybody else. You may just have to be like, this is how my family is. Listen, I don't know how them people function that don't like onions, right? But that's how they roll. That's what they like. Some people don't like bell peppers. Some people don't like it if they see it. They like the taste of it. They like the flavor of it, but they don't want to see it, right? They don't like the texture of it in a recipe. So guess what you have to do? You have to mush it up, blend it up, make it so that it cooks down, right? So they still eat it as long as they don't see it. Okay? And so with marriage, there are some things that we may have to make some adjustments. A recipe, y'all, and I'm going to put a recipe in the chat for, I promised Jerry I was going to give her the peanut butter recipe. And so I'm going to give her that one. But here's the thing. A recipe is just that. It's a recipe. It's a guide. And so what you're getting during these 30 days is a guide. How you use it, how you apply it will be different from each and every one of you. What God is speaking to you about in this moment is very different. We're all on the same journey. We're going in the same direction, but we're all having a very, very different experience, okay? So don't compare your experience to anybody else. I think some of you have gotten out of that, and I'm seeing the progress in you being able to move forward because you're not doing it like anybody else. You're doing it like you. And that's what it's supposed to look like. You're settling into who you are and how God is speaking to you and what He's requiring of you. And here comes Diamond. And that's what you're supposed to do. Say hello to the people. And that's what you're supposed to do. Is figure out how this works for you, okay? So this is our Saturday live of just being able to come out here for a little bit and talk about day 22 and how can you make your marriage better? How can you spice things up if that's what you like? How can you make it an experience, right? Because oftentimes when we're eating a good meal, it's an experience. How can you create that in your marriage, right? And so one of the ways that I do that is I do it through food. I change up and do different recipes and different things. And that's one of the things, because here's the thing. Food evokes an emotion. Food takes us back. It transports us, okay? And so use it, and use it again, okay? And every time you make a recipe, listen, if you don't like it, leave it out. Who said you couldn't change it? Who said that? I know it may. I tweak recipes all the time because I don't use alcohol. So if it calls for white wine, tip, if it calls for white wine, use a little bit of vinegar and then use veggie stock or chicken stock or something like that. So you get that depth of flavor and then you get that little hint of acid, okay? So that's a tip for those of you that, you're like, oh, I can't make this recipe because I can't have the alcohol. Leave it out. Just get rid of it. Pump up the spices, and be great, okay? So don't be limited. Don't be limited by what you don't have, but use what you do have and allow your creativity to flow. There's been a lot of things that have been created. I started with a recipe and I was looking at what they were doing and I was like, nah, we're not going to do that. And guess what? I created my own recipe for certain things. That my family actually liked better, or I'll take a little of this and a little of that and make it into one recipe. I never learned how to make my mother-in-law's, she makes cobblers, and I never learned how to I learned how to make her cobbler. I never learned how to make her crust. I can't make it like she make it, but that's okay. I have my own crust recipe that I use, that I've created, and I'm pretty close now, right? I'm pretty close, and it's my way, right? So it may not be exact. It may not be exactly the way it was for the next person or the other person or this person or that person, but it's going to be unique for you. So go out there and let your marriage be an amazing recipe. Get the right ingredients. Get quality ingredients. And put the time in. Be willing to put in the work. As long as you do that, it's going to be something amazing, right? And then guess what? If you feel like, it's all right, but next time I'm going to do this, and this, that means it was not a waste. That means it was a learning experience, all right? I love you all. Happy Saturday to those of you that are listening to me over here off of the 30 day 22. Go out there, be great today. Have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow for day 23. Again, this is 30 for the 30. 30 activities, 30 days, 30 minutes that you are spending on your marriage, your lifetime, because the wedding day was just one day. All right? Have an amazing rest of your day. Be blessed, everyone. Bye bye.